I'm going to try and start a card business for as little money as possible. And spoiler alert, we might be taking out a loan pretty soon because this first outing was pretty rough. I went to the Oklahoma Cards and More Expo in OKC. It was a cool show, smaller venue, but the problem was it was about 95% Pokemon, and then the other 5% went to Magic, One Piece, and the small amount of sports that they had. And on top of that, they had no dollar bins, so I was kind of doomed from the start, but I think I did the best with the situation I was in, all right? So before we get into this first haul, I'm just going to say a few things, talk about how this series is going to go down. First off, I have not collected any trading cards, sports cards for the last 15, 20 years. Ever since I lost my binder I had as a kid, I pretty much gave up on cards and moved to comics. So not only am I going to be learning about the business side of things, but I'm also going to be learning about the cards themselves. What's popular, what sells well, what's valuable. I obviously still watch sports, so I know who all the big stars are, the rookies for, football, baseball are my strong suits. I know a little basketball. But, I just thought I'd say that before I get, roasted in the comments. Also, another very important thing to mention, no, I am not going to be going up to vendors being like, hey, I got a YouTube channel, I'm making this new business video. You want to, give me a good deal for a shout out, huh? No, I'm not doing any of that. I am actually going to try and remain as anonymous as possible. I'm not linking my eBay page to these videos. Yes, it's going to be easy to find off of numbered cards. I understand that. So I'm not too worried about, the eBay page getting discovered. I don't think it's going to be a problem. But I'm also never going to show myself on camera. So, vendors recognize me, anything like that. Hey, let me give you a deal. No, I'm going to try to keep this as organic as possible, all right? Just in case anybody watching wants to do this kind of thing themselves without the social media, YouTube kind of thing, just to try to be a fly on the wall making their own business. Or at the very least, somebody finds this entertaining watching me bankrupt a business that hasn't even started yet. So with all that being said, we're going to get into this haul. I spent $80 on this little stack of cards, and let's go through them. So first off, we have a Topps Chrome Stars of the MLB Bobby Witt Jr. Again, there were no dollar bins. So the vendor that had this card, I was like, how much for this? And he says, oh, it's $4 for every Bobby Witt Jr. I was like, okay, what about this? Oh, it's $3 for every Ellie. I'm like, okay, this is not going to be good. But my thought process was I'm going to pick out some of the smaller cards, right? That way I could kind of bundle a deal with some of the little more valuable cards. But I don't know how well that worked. You're going to find out. I think this is like $1 card, maybe $2 if somebody really likes Bobby Witt. We got 2 Stars of the MLB Jackson Holiday rookies. I think these are dollar cards as well, maybe $2 because they're rookies. And yeah, I did it. I made the mistake of buying these Ellies. These are also dollar cards. Maybe $2, maybe $3, but mostly, yeah, it's just $1. Here are some rookies that actually made sense to buy. We got Panini Prism, Paul Skeens base rookies. These are actually doing really well. They're going for like $4 or $5 a piece for the base rookies. Which makes sense. Paul Skeens is, a monster. We got this Donruss Justin Jefferson Bomb Squad. I actually got this card for free. A buddy of mine that I went to the card show with was sweet talking one of the vendors, so he kind of threw this in for me, so I appreciate that. We got an XR Rookie Jumbo Material Dede Westbrook patch, numbered to 49. Had to pick up Dede for the Sooners. Unfortunately, I don't think he's in the league anymore. I think he bounced around from practice squad to practice squad until he eventually got cut, but it's still a really cool card. And there's a few on eBay sitting around like $5 to $10. All right, we got a Panini Tyreek Hill Burners patch, not numbered, but it's still a really cool card. I think these are going from like they're kind of all over the place, $2 to $5, somewhere around there. All right, we got a Topps Major League Material with game used Major League Material, Bo Bichette numbered to 199. This one's a cool one. I think one that wasn't even numbered sold for like $5, so I might get a little more out of this. We got 2 Leaf Electrum Futures Marcus Harris autos. These are both numbered to 10. And he had these priced at $6 a piece, which I was like, okay, I just saw auto numbered to 10, $6, pick up. But, this was another lesson learned. These unlicensed products are really tough to move, especially if the guy's not even in college yet. He's a Washington commit. So I'm probably going to stay away from unlicensed products unless it's a recognizable name or a legend. And speaking of legends, now we're getting into the cards that might save this haul. We have Randy Johnson, Meaningful Materials, another game-used patch. It's a dual color patch. I see some blue in there for sure. Numbered to 99. I believe last one sold on eBay for $15. So this was definitely a good pickup. LaDainian Tomlinson, limited edition Panini Playbook. Jumbo patch, numbered to 49. Number 5 out of 49. It's not Chargers LT, but it is still LT. One's been sitting on eBay for a few months at like $16. So I might have to cut this down from that a little bit just to get it moved. But still, I mean, a good pickup for potentially a $10 profit-ish. This one might be the biggest card of the haul. Luke Schoonmaker, Dress for Success, Rookie Patch Auto, numbered to 99. Number 49 out of 99. Last sold on eBay went for $30. So this one might save that one card by itself might save the series. And this was where, learning about what's valuable is going to be a learning curve and a half. Because this guy had a $6 price tag on this thing. I was like, oh my god, this is the find of the show. Andrew Luck, numbered to 99. Game used material. Are you kidding me? This is like a $15, $20 card. It's got to be. Yeah, no. The $6 price tag was pretty much right where it sells, which is insane to me. So that's where the learning curve is going to have to, kick in. It's kind of crazy that as soon as a player leaves the league, their cards just dip. It almost doesn't matter who it is. But the one thing I think that's going to make this card a little more valuable is right there, numbered 69 out of 99. There's got to be buyers out there that exclusively search for cards numbered to 69 or numbered 69 out of whatever, right? There's got to be. So that was kind of a lucky pickup. No pun intended. I walked right into that one. So that is the haul, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know how I did in the comments below, even though I already know the answer. It's probably not great. So, okay, so I ended up making a little spreadsheet with, the big important numbers over here, and then also my inventory listing. So at 17 total cards for $80 makes it around $4.70 a card. That is terrible. I I understand that, and unfortunately, I think I'm going to take the L on the base rookies and the Bobby Witt stars of the MLB because I just don't think they're worth moving at $1 when I spent $4 on them. So we are already in the hole, $23. But we have a good chance of selling some good stuff here. So hopefully we break even. I doubt we will, but hopefully we do. Not that bad of a loss, right? If we stay at a $23 loss, I might be happy with that, all right? So I will be keeping this spreadsheet and this spreadsheet up to date as the series goes. And also, before I end the video, I'm just going to let everybody know, I'm going to try to delay each video a couple weeks, right? That way, the cards that you're seeing in this video have sat on the eBay store, right, for a couple weeks. That way they get a fair, air quote, fair chance of, being sold without any sort of social media influence, right? So, that is the first episode of this series. Hopefully, we have many episodes to come and I don't just run this into the ground off rip, which it's not looking good. But there is another card show this next weekend, and I feel like I've learned a lot, and hopefully we can get some better items. So, I will see y'all in the next episode. Later.